Welcome to the Essentially You podcast. Brian, how are you doing today?
I am feeling actually really great. Thanks for asking. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good too. I always love our conversations. I love how authentic and real you are. I love your mission. And I know my audience is going to be loving this conversation. We're talking about the most important yet little known secrets to achieving your youngest looking skin. Let me tell you, my mama is all ears right now. She wants to know how to keep looking as young as possible. And I know it all stems, we've talked so many times about what we put on our skin, what we're consuming, all of this plays a major role. Kind of tell me a little bit about when was that defining moment for you, Brian, when you knew you wanted to really support people from the inside out, skin being such a big part of an indicator of youth for us?
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, you don't need this conversation. You have amazing skin. So, but that said, there's a long, medium, and short version, and I'll try the short version, which is that, as you know, I'm also the founder of an organization called the Art of Anti-Aging. Now, over there, at this stage now, we have about 600,000 members. But even back when I started that, I've been in this natural health and wellness industry for decades now, and I've worked closely with folks like yourself and many others out there. So I had a lot of inside, I guess we'll say, knowledge, about the intricate interplay between our largest organ on our bodies, which is our skin, and the rest of our health. And, it's funny how people, we're kind of trained this way to think of our skin almost as something separate, as something to experiment on, as something that's not an organ and not, a key part of our immune system, which it is, but it is. And, you really can't separate your skin health from the rest of your health. It's all really, honestly, the same thing. So I had been already, leading folks with some great insights about how to look younger, feel younger, avoid disease, live longer over at the Art of Anti-Aging. The story on the other side, full confession, is that I looked in the mirror one day and started to see crow's feet around my own eyes. And I'm like, okay, I know from all of my experience, there are certain natural foods, and that's really what it is. When we put ingredients on our skin, they go into our body, they're food. Just same way, the food we put in our mouth is. We want to be careful with that. So I knew there were some great ingredients out there. I also knew that, I did not want to feed my skin and therefore my body toxic ingredients. In other words, I knew to go looking for a USDA certified, in this country of the United States, organic product that would help me, because I know that means it's independently certified, it's free of toxins, et cetera. You never want to believe when a company calls itself natural or organic. You want these independent certifications. So I went looking for a product for myself. Simultaneous to that, and I guess she's okay with me saying it, I've said it before, my wife also noticed the same thing. She had crow's feet around her eyes. So we really both wanted this. Now, she's a cosmetologist who believes deeply in natural health too. So we went looking for a product and we couldn't find it. We could not find a product containing even some of the true, correct, right natural ingredients that I knew would help, that was also truly free of toxins. So you can almost say it was a selfish act. Actually, I didn't go, but I contacted, a formulator in Canada who's pretty well known. And long story short, the product was created and we were the first customers. I made that sound easy, but that's really not easy at all. Now, there's a reason all these toxic and synthetic ingredients are in products. It's because it does make it a whole lot easier. That's one of many reasons to make these products and put them on shelves and have them sit on shelves for months or years. That doesn't make it good, but that's why they do it. So I can tell you now from this vantage point here, where we've now got a very successful line of USDA certified organic products, it's really quite difficult to come up with and create these products, but it is doable, and we've done it. So anyway, back to the story. It definitely helped me, and it definitely helped her. So I had already, like I said, this big following of folks, who rightfully, I hope, trust my insight in other areas of health and longevity. And it was almost unjust not to offer the first product that we came out with at Purity Woods in that company. So we did. and it went gangbusters. I have been around product introductions in the natural health world for decades now. And I've been around some pretty darn good products and involved in them. But honestly, I have not seen the kind of reception. I'm talking about a product called the Age-Defying Dream Cream. And I have not seen the reception of any other product that I have seen for that product. And then some of the other products that we have come out with since then. So it's nothing I intended to do if you asked me 5 years ago, but here we are today. And, you know, it's rocking it. I mean, and I'm proud of that actually, because it's very hard to find USDA certified, like truly organic skincare products that do contain truly highly effective ingredients. So nature, God, whatever you may call it, led me to where I'm supposed to be with that. And it's helping a lot of people.
Well, I love that let's talk a little bit about the whole concept of anti-aging, right? And your skin really being a kind of the window to what is going on inside of your body. And so it's I find it twofold. Like, I think we have to be eating for our health. We've got to be doing a lifestyle for our health. We got to be getting out in nature for our health. But then also, as a person who does care about their skin, as a person who does care about just feeling, looking, embodying youthfulness, especially as a new mom at 42, I'm always looking for that product that, one, is non-toxic, two, actually delivers the results that it's looking for, and three, can really go along with everything else that I'm doing to kind of not only hopefully have the energy that exudes youthfulness, but also have the look and glow that exudes youthfulness. I'm not surprised that so much of your community, although they were probably doing a lot of the things that they learned from your summits and from the anti-aging movement, we're still probably looking for something that we put stuff on our skin one way or the other. And the goal would be is to put something on our skin that is going to move the needle to keeping us looking great, but also that is not going to be damaging our gut, damaging our skin, damaging our immune system by simply putting it on. Because I know you speak into that a lot about the food that we put on our body, our skin, what that toxic load is leading to. And I would love to actually talk to you a little bit about, let's talk about the moisturizers or, the things that we put on our skin. It's designed to stay in our skin. It's not like it's shampoo or conditioner and we're just rinsing it out. So I'd say probably some of the biggest offenders when it comes to adding to our toxic load, especially us as women, clearly men too. My husband uses your products. We're going to get into that in just a second. These are some of the biggest areas we should be looking at when it comes to skincare. Like what kind of products we're using, the longevity of how long they stay in our body, and then what they're doing to our body if we're using them consistently every single day.
So let me comment first on even that term anti-aging. Sometimes that bothers people, that term. And what that's referring to is not, hey, aging is a bad thing. Aging is a wonderful thing. Aging is a great thing. And actually, if you're in your middle years and your golden years, that is the time of life that you are meant to thrive in all regards. Taking, all the right steps to do so, of course, is key. But that's the time you are meant to thrive in life. Anti-aging means an opposition to several things. Number one, it means an opposition to this widespread concept out there that getting older equals becoming over the hill and doomed to suffering and doomed to disease. And it's all downhill from here, as the saying goes. So it's anti that idea, and it's anti all of these false solutions to aging, which means exactly what you're talking about here. All of these products that can be loaded with toxins that are positioned as, driving back our age. When I speak of anti-aging, and when I hear people and talk to people really don't want, if they're say 50, they're not trying to look like they're 21 again, but they realize, like in their heart of hearts, there's an intuition like, I ought to look younger than I do. Now, this is bad news and good news. They're right. They're right. And that's because of so many factors today. That's because of environmental toxins. That is because of bad dietary habits and other bad lifestyle habits that people had or have still. It definitely makes us look older than we ought to look. I would fathom to say that most people with some pretty easy steps can look 10 years younger like they ought to look pretty darn quickly. And this is ironically perhaps the number one step, which is doing what I call a clean sweep and trying to eliminate all of these cosmetics and personal care products that you're feeding your skin that most people don't realize are loaded with these toxins. The average woman in the United States uses 12 personal care products a day. On average, those contain 168 different chemicals, many of them not good chemicals at all. Let me give you another statistic. In the European Union and in other countries, over 1,300 different chemicals have been banned from cosmetics and personal care products because they are known toxins or highly potential toxins. In the United States, guess how many have been banned? 11. Only 11 here. It's a very powerful industry here. Let's just put it that way. And I can go deep in the history and all those, aspects of things too. But the point is that it's definitely a case of knowledge is power and buyer beware when it comes to cosmetics, because these things are loaded. You could turn an ingredient label around and kind of intuitively figure that out yourself. When you see these words, on and on they go that you can't figure out and they sound like a science project from college or something. Put it back around the other way is the bottom line on that. Now, there are over 1,300 chemicals banned elsewhere, and they're used here. There are 200 known endocrine disrupting chemicals commonly used in our cosmetics today. And endocrine disrupting meaning they disturb our normal hormone function or could. And they're all allowed. In the United States, cosmetic and personal care products industry is the most unregulated industry. Real quick, I won't bore you with history, but back in 1938, the FDA passed really legislation regarding the cosmetics personal care industry. And what they said was, hey, self-regulate. You guys are on your own. And nothing has really changed since 1938. And guess what? It's become a huge wild west. Now, I want to say this. Of course, these companies that make these products and rake in to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars a year from them, these companies are not typically going to put anything in those products that hurts you immediately. Of course they're not, because it would be tied to their product. So in other words, you're not going to, put some anti-aging cream on your skin. They're not going to put ingredients in that harm you right away. They're trying to avoid that because it's easy, to tie it to them. But they know. They know that these ingredients are known carcinogens, potential carcinogens, known and potential endocrine disruptors. But the claim is, hey, it's in such minute amounts that it didn't even kill rats, in our short-term experiments. They were fine. And guess what? If you used deodorant under your arm or anti-aging cream on your face for a day or 2 or 3 only, there might be a valid argument here, but the reality is 12 personal care products a day on average that women use, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. And it's not just one product. It's not just one product. It's all of these different products with all of their ingredients that we keep slathering on. You brought it up. It's ironic, really, how this causes actually early aging. Even these products that claim and are designed, to help you look younger, ironically, maybe very short term they can do that, but even in the short to mid and certainly mid and definitely long term, they age you faster. And they cause ill, health in so many different regards. It's not even funny. So I'll let you speak to any of that, because again, I could go on. I'm so passionate about this, as you can tell.
Well, I think that last statement in particular was so critical. One, and I had known that it was 1938 since the last time the FDA had made any major regulation, which, oh my gosh, we're coming up, 80 years now since then. And I think about the explosion even in the last decade of personal care products, of makeup. All the different, even celebrities launching makeup lines. I feel like we have been more inundated with toxic products than we ever had before. And I'm actually surprised that the average is only 12. Like, I think about just makeup alone, the 7 steps in your skincare system, that you do in the morning and the evening. I have a feeling that people are listening right now and they're like, man, I wish it was only 12.
Again, that's average. That means that a significant amount are higher than that.
Definitely higher.
Some are lower. Maybe you were like, I give up or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's only average. So you're right. There's quite a few, using quite a few more than
So
that.
scary. But then I think the big takeaway here is that yes, you're not going to see that it's aging you maybe in the first couple weeks, even month or whatever, but that over time, so many of these toxic ingredients not only are wreaking havoc on your gut and your brain function and your endocrine system. I mean, there are some of these endocrine disruptors are obesogens. They're literally destroying your metabolism, but also they're not making you younger. They're not actually reversing time for you, which was the purpose of buying it in the first place. And I really want to speak into that, because if that was the reason why we bought the product to begin with, well, that's a bummer, because you might as well just take it and just throw it in the trash right now.
Your typical, cosmetic and personal care product containing these ingredients is fast food. It's the equivalent of fast food, meaning when people go and eat true fast food at Mick this and Burger that, those places, they're looking for that quick fix, but they're paying a steep price, so they might have that immediate gratification of, the mouthfeel of the salt and but they're paying a steep price for that. Well, it's the same situation with, let's hone in on specifically anti-aging oriented cosmetics. Those ingredients, those synthetics, those toxins, they will, in some cases, produce the effect you're looking for on the spot or very shortly thereafter. But like you said, you're going to pay a steep price for that. And sometimes it's much quicker than just a month later, by the way. But you're going to pay a steep price for that quick fix. The day after you apply, product X, anti-aging cream, you might be like, wow, it's really working. Yeah, but you don't realize what's going on inside your body with what you just literally consumed and how it's all accruing. And here's one more thing. I just want to get this out to people. I don't think there's any doubt at this point, but if there is, they don't do long-term studies on these ingredients. They don't do midterm studies. They do short-term, but they only do studies on the ingredients unto themselves. What I mean is, when they add formaldehyde, there might be some very short-term testing been done on formaldehyde to make sure it doesn't, burn your skin right away, but they're not testing. What do you get when you mix formaldehyde with parabens, with phthalates, with this, with that? They don't do that. Remember chemistry back in high school, college? When you mix two chemicals, much less 3 or 4 or 5, you get other chemicals. You get other chemicals that in these cases, now the EWG and some others have done research and shown there are some really nasty byproduct chemicals created from many of these common chemicals, and you're putting that in your body. Just really, the bottom line here is you're eating that, don't eat it. Think about this. When you have your grocery store cart and you're pushing it down the aisle of stores and you hit the cosmetics and personal care products aisle, you are pushing it down a food aisle. Never forget that, everyone listening, please. And the same way you're conscientious about what you're putting in your mouth, be conscientious about that. Because the good news, the flip side of this is, yes, your skin consumes, and you can feed your body tremendously healthy ingredients that will first and foremost help you look younger like you want, and will also help your body in other ways. Your body eats not only through your mouth, it's, your body literally gets nourishment as, from obviously the foods we eat, the air we breathe, and what you feed your skin. A whole different way is the stuff we allow into our head or not, but I'm not going to go there right now. That's another way to consume. But, and so one of the beautiful things about your skin is it's perhaps more than any other organ of the body, it's incredibly fast to positively respond. In other words, it responds wonderfully to positive change and quickly. So when you do this clean sweep, when you eliminate, these products and you start feeding it the good stuff, the clean stuff, the organic stuff, it responds in some pretty remarkable ways for most people quickly, so it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see when people finally do make that step. And, earlier on, let me address one more thing. If you are not able to, because of budget, for example, to do a clean sweep and just change every 12 or more on average product that you use, what you said earlier is spot on. This is the advice that I give to people. The more it's sitting on your body all day, the more imperative it is to change that one first. In other words, shampoos are loaded with toxins, the typical shampoo, and that's not good. And if you're able to change that too, but if you're going to go in order and you're going to prioritize, when you're putting a moisturizer, a lotion on your skin, a serum, it's designed to be there and penetrate. That's what it's designed to do. That's number one place to start. Same with the deodorant for that matter. That sits under this very sensitive part of our body all day long. Change those first to USDA certified organic versions of the product if you have to pick and choose. Later on, move on and get to changing your shampoo, which you're putting in your hair and you're rinsing a large amount of it off. Not all, some of the residue remains, but it's a relatively low amount compared to stuff you're intentionally putting on your body all day. So yeah, if you have to prioritize, you hit that one on the head, prioritize in that order.
I agree 100% because that, like you said, it's designed to get in. That's what we want. That's the reason why we bought it in the first place. And if it's got a ton of chemicals in it, and one of the things that you said, I really want to point out the grocery cart and you heading into the personal care item. To be honest, I don't really know of stores, your typical grocery store, your typical drugstore that is carrying any type of USDA organic products. For me, when it comes to, my husband and I both use your products, Brian, and a couple of other companies that I love. But let me tell you, none of them yet are in a grocery store, in like a Sephora or anything like that. So I just want to just speak into that really quickly, that we've got to do our due diligence. It's the reason why I asked you to come onto the show and to really speak into why this matters for you and the extensiveness that you have gone through to be able to create these products. I don't even go anywhere near the personal care aisles of Target or whatever grocery store is, because there's nothing in there for me. There's nothing that is going to serve me or support me that I feel confident putting on my skin. You're going to the store and you're just randomly grabbing things off the shelf. I just want to really caution against that. We've got to do our research. We've got to do our due diligence. And I just want to speak to how grateful I am that you are going out there and really educating, because that's what's so critical for us to know what we really should be using on our skin.
You're right. Again, that goes back to my origin story. We could not find a USDA certified organic, highly effective, meaning the right plant-based ingredients, anti-aging cream. And so we created it. We launched a whole company around it, and all of our products are USDA certified organic. No, they're not on your typical store shelves at all. The good news is this whole area is, I'd say, about 15 years, behind where people's mentality is regarding eating food. That's, and again, I've been around natural health probably too long now. And I remember when we were having these conversations about organic foods and natural foods, and people are like, oh, that's crazy. I'll ignore that. And now it's like standard fare. Most people are aware, not necessarily that they're doing it, but they're aware of how important, eating clean food is. This is about 15 years behind. So if you did go into Target or some of these other stores, you might see a few products now, which is good news. Not anti-aging creams, not in that particular section, but you would see them, or I see them in the deodorants, for example. I think I saw, the first toothpaste in that regard, if I'm not mistaken. But the point is, you're right. It's at the very forefront here in this important knowledge. So appreciate, first of all, your appreciation. That's what I mean. It's so exciting to be a part of that and put, it's hard work. Again, it's not easy to, formulate these, what end up being incredible products, but it's really a tough road to get there. But I wouldn't have it any other way. I just wouldn't be doing it, obviously, if it was impossible to do. But it is possible, and it is being done. And again, I love the fact. It really is, health to me, when you really pare it down, it's like, this is my temple, right? Our bodies. This is my temple, and it's about what we allow in and about what we keep out. That's really the basis of what great health is. Again, that goes also to the emotional, mental side of things, which we won't go into here. But, I think everybody watching this right now obviously even has a clue or two or 10 down the avenue of, the healthier things to do for your emotional health. They're watching this. They're not watching some garbage show on TV. They're watching something that's healthy, for them. So it's about what we allow in and what we keep out. And the beautiful thing, again, with your skin is it's not that hard relative to some other changes need to be made. It's pretty easy compared to if you are, very overweight, what you need to do. But it's hard to do that. But this is relatively easy with monumental benefit to sweep some or all of these polluted, which is what they are, products away and never use them again, and instead use cleaner versions of them. It wasn't so easy for anti-aging creams and prior to our organization, but in other areas there's some out there, like I said, with deodorants and what have you. So
that makes so much sense. And I appreciate you're doing the good work to get these out there. I want to just steer it to probably you've got a couple favorite products of mine. I love the serum, but it's the Dream Cream. Now I've been watching you this whole interview, Brian. We've met many times. Your skin looks pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I've been all the expressions and everything. I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, I'm 85. I know I'm kidding, but but I am 50, going on 52 here, and I'm told all the time. And like I said, I mean, I had them, and now
they're not there.
They're not there.
They are not there at all. I've been checking them out this whole time, and that's why I have my husband on the Dream Cream personally, because he's got some serious crow's feet, and you were talking about anti-aging strategies. Alex is 6 years younger than I am. And that was one of my strategies. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one. It works too.
It does work too. Just marry someone younger. But we've both been using the product. I'm more consistent. I'm not going to lie. As a woman, I'm typically more consistent. And I just love them. I love the way it smells. I love the results that I've been getting. Would you speak into, besides, I know the why behind creating the Dream Cream, but talk a little bit about, I would love for you to just talk a little bit about this, what I consider to be a very incredible organic product.
All right. So we've covered the USDA Certified Organic side.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And again, I run this company, but I will tell anybody, make sure your products are that, because that means independent of anything I could possibly say to you, it's been certified through these independent bodies who are very strict, by the way, to be truly clean, to be truly toxin free. And that even includes the plant-based ingredients, how they're grown. Not pesticides, not herbicides, et cetera, that are in there. They're pesticide-free, herbicide. You can't be USDA certified without being those things, without, being toxin-free, essentially. So always look for that independent of the company certification, because it's, I want to warn people real quick before I do get to that. Be careful of what's generally called greenwashing too, because and more products are doing this. Paraben free on the front, organic, they can say. And you know what that means? That could mean if they scream organic on the front, that could mean one single organic ingredient amidst 30 synthetic ingredients. And now on the front label, they can scream organic. They can say paraben free, even while they have 15 horrible chemicals in there besides parabens. Just don't believe their marketing. Look for those independent certifications. And the beautiful thing is, yes, the age-defying Dream Cream, one of the products you brought up, is USDA Certified Organic. So it doesn't have the bad stuff. My favorite thing about it is it has the great stuff. The ingredients that are in it are really, really great for your skin. So, by the way, is the serum, which has the superstar ingredients that I'll mention right now, which is...
I'm obsessed with the serum. I love both. I don't know what it is. I've been sold that serums are like the game changer. And so I slurp up your serum.
The thing is, you could, and you'd be okay if you literally did.
So could drink it, yes. Kingston could, absolutely get his hands on it. It would be fine.
It's interesting that you love it, because back in 2018, there was this much touted back then research out of the University of Rhode Island that showed that maple leaf extracts, particularly red maple leaf extracts from that study, were, long story short, some of the most amazing compounds on earth for younger looking skin. That's because one of the key reasons that people do start having skin that looks wrinkled, that looks loose looking, that looks thin and crepe papery, all of these are tied to elastin. Really, two factors in your skin are collagen and elastin and moisture. So there's really three, but collagen and elastin both can tend to break down as time goes on. And then there's certain factors that make them break down even more that are common lifestyle habits a lot of people have. So the breakdown of elastin is really, it's kind of like the springs in the bed mattress, whereas collagen is the stuffing. You want both to be there, but when those springs go, it's really bad. And this maple leaf extract has compounds in it, including several unique that they haven't found elsewhere, that stop elastase, which is this enzyme that breaks down the elastin in your skin.
The springs, yeah.
Right. And I'm getting too geeky on you here, but the point is that this maple leaf extract is outstanding for helping the elastin in people's skin. And you're not seeing it much yet in products. Unfortunately for my organization, I'm predicting 5-10 years from now you will, but it's in our product. It's in the age-defying dream cream, and it's one of the featured ingredients in that. And in the serum, this is where I'm going with this, which is officially called the Elastin Boost Hyperlift Serum. It's the top ingredients. 3 different forms of maple leaf extracts. It's outstanding and works pretty darn quickly for helping look far less wrinkled, far, smoother and tighter and glowing, kind of like your skin looks right now. Yeah, really. So
I use it twice a day.
Yeah. So do you really?
That's I do. Oh yeah. I use it twice a day. I'm up, almost all night because it's a baby. And so I'm like, I need all the help I can get right now. But yeah, I know I am consistent about using it twice a day.
And you are truly a billboard, for it, because that is exactly the look right there that this product, the Elastin Boost Hyperlift Serum, contributes to. Back on the Dream Cream, that one's excellent if you have weathered looking skin. It's funny because, again, I am 51 going on 52 here very shortly. And I even remember when I was little that people used to put baby oil on their skin and go out and tan outside with baby oil on, which is kind of crazy when we think about it now. But we didn't know what we knew then. I know. And a lot of people have sun damaged skin is where I'm going with that. Of course, we need some sun. We all know that for vitamin D, but you want to avoid burning your skin at all costs. Just don't do that. But many of us did do it, had it in our past. And then, some seem to, paid more of a price for it and skin that looks sun damaged. So there's this wonderful ingredient called astaxanthin. Now, people might have heard about that because consuming it by mouth has incredible benefits for your body. And it is plant-based. It's actually an algae. And it's actually what gives flamingos their pink color. It gives pink salmon the pink color. They eat this algae, and that's, it's the color it creates. But anyway, so it's outstanding for your skin too, for multiple reasons, including that it's super effective for skin that looks sun damaged. It helps that in such a big way. Now that one's in the age-defying Dream Cream. And how much do you want me to talk about this? Because I can talk all day. Vitamin C. Super important for the other side, which is the collagen side of things. I know it's a big thing right now to eat collagen and consume collagen. A lot of people are doing that. But even, more importantly than that is you want to help your body's own production of collagen. It happens naturally in the body. And what happens, though, is it can slowly taper off over time, or in some cases not so slowly. And collagen, of course, it's the key protein in our body, not just skin, but, cartilage and different parts of our body. But in terms of skin, you want to feed your body ingredients that are sky high in vitamin C. Now, everyone thinks of oranges and stuff. That's not a bad thing, but there are ingredients that are light years beyond, for example, vitamin C, mango seed extract. Even more than that, there's this South African berry called camu. Pretty name, fun name to say. Incredibly rich in vitamin C. Indian gooseberry, amla, which is very famous in Ayurvedic medicine. It's sky high in vitamin C. And those 3 ingredients are in the age-defying Dream Cream as well. Key for feeding to help the collagen in your body, which again also works with those maple leaf extracts. They're kind of doing the 1-2 job on the collagen and the elastin and boosting it, and hence, smooth, clear looking skin.
Love that. Well, I mean, I think every single one of us has, I think one of the first signs of aging for so many of us is going to be the dark spots. It's going to be the sun damage. I know for me that was definitely my area of focus for kind of cleaning up skin. And a lot of people are just buying vitamin C serums. What I love so much about the Dream Cream is that you have incorporated so many of these pieces. And I love the analogy of your bed, right? We've all been on those beds that slouch where the springs are gone, the fluff has been gone. You're right. But you need both of those components. And that is what I just love. I can imagine you've had to geek out so much in this because I know creating cosmetics are so complicated, or skincare is so complicated, and the right kind of ingredients. And I mean, the formulation of all of it, and then making sure that it can even get approved. I mean, it's a Herculean task to get it done.
But it's fun. It's fun again, because I am geeky about natural health, specifically ingredients. And so, yeah, that's why
I love that you geeked out on that a lot. I love it. And I want people to know a little bit more about what's in it. It's one, I mean, the name is incredible. And who doesn't want a dream cream? But then also to know what's in the dream cream that makes it so dreamy. And then what I love is that the proof is really in the pudding. You're consistent with this. You're going to see results happening. You and I are both literally visual representation of it. And so, Brian, honey, where can we go and check out the products? I know I have a link as well, but where would you love us to go?
Well, appreciate that too. And go to puritywoods.com. Simple as that. You'll see at the top, you can click to see the whole lineup of products. And I'll be honest, we don't have, like some cosmetic companies out there, I don't have 50 products in our lineup because it's not easy, and I'm not putting anything out there that isn't A, USDA certified organic, clean, and B, outstanding, and actually does, what we say it's going to do. So we slowly are introducing new products. Like you said, it is fun work, but it's work nonetheless. But yeah, people will see a whole line of products there.
Well, I recommend the duo. I say get the duo. Get the Dream Cream, get the Elastin Boost Hyperlift Serum. It's a good starting place. That's been my favorite little duo that I love to use every day.
And when you have both like that, I mean, a lot of people know this, but in case you don't know this, you always want to apply your thinnest ingredient or product first onto your skin. So in this case, the serum first, and then you apply, the thicker age-defying Dream Cream after that.
And I wait for the serum to really dry. I give myself a moment before I apply the Dream Cream. That's kind of been I don't know if that's what one should do, but that's typically what I do.
It's not a bad thing at all. Yeah. I mean, it's slightly better that way. I will say you're on the right track. If you don't have time, it's not a bad thing just to do one and then, shortly thereafter the other one. There's also a great product, we call it the Age-Defying Eye Cream. That's one of the newer products. Also outstanding ingredients, including the maple leaf extracts are definitely in there. And some particularly that target the skin around the eyes is often the first to go. It's a sensitive area. So also, if you're interested, everyone listening have issues around eyes specifically, check that out as well. But anyway, yeah, you're not going to go wrong starting with the Age-Defying Dream Cream and the serum, like you said.
Love it. Brian, thank you so much for coming on, not only educating us on kind of the jungle that is out there, the dangerous jungle of the majority of products that are on the market, but then really your passion and all the research that you've done to curate a really incredible product line that's really not only changing our health, but also, I mean, at the end of the day, we all are trying to look younger. Let's just be honest real quick about that. And that's what they deliver. So I'm so grateful to have you on.
No, I appreciate it. And thank you for being an incredible billboard for the serum like you are.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I was like, can we talk about the serum? Can we? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.